Did you guys get any snow, or is it all ice where you're at too?
Well, first off, I'll answer that in a second, Dustin. But
Oh, we're live.
we're live. I didn't get to say
Gotcha.
three, two, one.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah, we're
didn't count me
live.
down. Sorry about that.
Welcome to today's bite, our Tuesday night show that we do every Tuesday night, Dustin and myself, and it's brought to you by Bobby Girl and Bates. Special thanks to those guys. Got a lot of different news and a lot of happenings, and as you just heard, Dustin asked me, did we get a lot of snow?
Yeah,
We got a lot of ice. That's
yeah,
what we got. I seen a couple little flurries, but I saw a whole lot of ice.
yeah.
Um, Here around my house, we lost power. Over a little over 24 hours, something like that. So it was pretty tough, but thank goodness for generators nowadays. And traveled up and checked on the cabin at Lake Washington, and let me tell you, the Mississippi Delta is hurting, guys. Special thanks to all the linemen and servicemen getting out there and helping everybody out. Also, I thought about this on my ride up today. Is if you know anybody up there, especially elderly or disabled person, it would be a great time if you could check on these people up there because there's a lot of people that I'm afraid are trapped behind some of these roads that are completely
Oh,
shut
the
off from the
booms.
world right now.
Yeah.
It is unreal the damage. So special prayers to everybody up there in the Delta and North Mississippi and above that's been affected by this winter storm 2026. I don't know what happened to Dustin, but he'll climb back on here. Special thanks for the 25K Crappie Connection, guys. I see you guys lighting up the board as always. Definitely appreciate that. Here comes Dustin back. It's definitely appreciate you guys doing that every single week. It helps us out more than you ever could imagine just by doing hashtag commenting and sharing the live stream. So thank you guys for doing that as well. Here's
Sorry about
Dustin.
that. I don't know. Speaking of the storms, who
Speaking of the
knows?
storms,
One of them deals. Uh, yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're back.
well, how's you said something about the snow. I was kind of giving everybody else
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rundown for us, but how's that over
yeah.
there with you guys?
For a while, well, we had some extreme cold weather, like some of the coldest we've had in a long time. But we
Mm,
had they were threatening from 7 to 14 inches. You know how the guess and the inches just gets crazy over here. But I would say we got a solid 6 to 8 inches. I haven't went out and measured,
mm,
but we got a lot of snow. Some places a lot more than others. I've been clearing driveways and stuff, and some got 10 inches or better within an hour from here. So
mm.
we got a thick pile of snow. The roads were bad for a few days, but it's a lot better now.
Yeah.
Back roads, of course, are still covered, but you can drive the main roads. Everything's lined out. I think we got another front coming though. I was just telling Brad,
Yeah.
it's in the talks. I think the next 2 weeks there's a couple different storm cells that are going. So all this nice, mild, warm winter weather we got is finally catching up to us. I had a feeling we were going to have to pay the price. I had a feeling we were going to have to
Yeah.
get hit by some winter. But yeah, we had
Mm.
negative degree, even negative real feel or real temps, but the wind chills were in the I think -15, -20. I mean, unbelievably cold for around this area anyway. I know we'll hit somebody on here that's just used to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. As always, if you got questions related to crappie fishing, make sure you post them. I see Tim already giving us a question as well.
Yeah,
So
good
post any
question.
kind of questions you got when it comes to crappie fishing. We're going to talk about our today's bite, bait of the week this night. And also in the later part of the show, I got Mr. Wade Mansfield coming in from Grizzly Jig, and he's going to kind of tell us what's all going on at the Grizzly Jig show. This is the week for it coming up, guys. It's starting Thursday. It's going to go through Sunday. Myself and Hunter, we're planning on driving up. We should be around there Thursday afternoon. I'm bringing a lot of crappie connection hoodies and
Merchandise.
stickers
That's
and,
the
and
word.
all kind of stuff. And like I said, we're running some special on that stuff for you guys. Make sure you let us know if you need some of that, and we'll be glad to hook you up with it. And hope to see everybody there. So looking
Okay.
forward to that as well. But so Wade's going to be joining us about 7:30 tonight, something like that. When he gets a second, he's out there preparing for everything. But
Gosh, yeah, you
um,
know he's got to be busy
my
right
fun.
now.
Oh yeah, I know he's getting he's slammed, but he's going to make a little time to get us on and letting us know what's going on tonight. But let me go back up. I want to make sure we get these questions in every single week. So I want to go back up to that one real quick. And I know the question, but there it goes. It's Tim. He's asking. He says, "What speed reel do you guys use to casting jigs?" For me, probably the number one factor, and I'm gonna let Dustin thing is I want a really smooth reel. I want a reel that as I'm turning, it feels like I'm smoothing a butter knife across butter. Even I want it
Mm.
very smooth. A 5-to-1 to 6-to-1 somewhere in there is really good for me. But the main factor is something really, really smooth. What you
Yeah,
think,
yeah, because
Dustin?
any more you can keep track of your bait on the live scope, if you're
Yeah,
watching it. So that's where it doesn't make as big a difference to me as well. Just the
yep,
smoothness of the reel really goes even into feeling a bite. You can feel a bite a lot
yeah,
better when you have a really smooth reel compared to a reel. Trust me, I know I've got a lot of them, but the ones that grind a little bit or you get catches in there, it messes with your bites and jacks with you.
yeah.
So just a good smooth reel. I really like the Fluker uh, setups for casting and everything. The Fluger reels have a really good line of reels out there. They're a little pricier, but nice.
Yep, I got a couple of Daiwas that I absolutely love as well. But I've been using some B&Ms that's man, they're like bulletproof. They just been
Really,
working like
that's what I need. Some
a warhorse
bulletproof
for me.
ones.
Man, they've been
Yeah,
good to me.
we're tough
Um,
on them.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to listen to some today's bike fishing reports. I don't expect them to be a whole lot of fishing reports this week, so we need to know if you guys went out there and weathered the storm and weathered the brutal cold, and we'd like to know what you
Yeah,
did for sure.
I think we've got one
I'd
on here
love to
with
went
Dave.
today, but
Yeah,
it, it just wasn't possible.
David Pratt. He said, "I'm here. Fished Saturday, Lake Bowen, I believe, in South Carolina. Water temp was 42. He caught three on blue ice with a pink head. Cold
Mm.
and windy morning. Lasted until lunchtime and headed in. The active fish seemed to be on the bottom, 13 to 20 foot deep. That's a good color combination. Blue ice with a pink head. That's one of my
Oh
favorites
yeah,
for this time of year as well. Water must be a little clear.
yeah. I mean, sounds like a good old wintertime pattern. I remember
Yeah.
a buddy of mine, Steve Hart, I seen him comment a little while ago, makes a lot of hand tied jigs as well. But he's asked me what colors would work in this time of year. And I remember last January, really the last 2 years, January and February, a copper nose. And I'll
Oh
try to
yeah,
find it tonight. Copper
man.
nose
You
was
know what?
really good in the month. I
That's
might
a
have to, I'll
sleeper
bring it out
bait
next
too.
week.
Yeah,
It is the
that's one.
season.
Yeah, yeah. You don't. It's that's one you don't hear of very often, but works really good.
Mm-hmm.
Zach said he hopes to hit the ice soon and chase crappie in Illinois. That sounds more like our fishing report. You're going to have to hit some ice if you're going to hit some water around here. The big water was open. I kind of went boat ramp looking a little bit as I drove by, and there's a lot of spots that are locked up. But I think you go to the main lake, bigger water, where the wind's kind of blowing in, you'd be fine, and you can get out there in the bigger water and catch some fish. But man, it's tough inside coves or anything like that, or the river. It's starting to lock up.
Mm.
But I do have a fishing report. I just realized
Okay.
me and Ken went for our birthday. We share the same birthday, and we went Thursday before all the mess hit. Thursday or Friday, we knew we had one or two more good days before all this was going to hit, and we went to Grand actually, and a big tournament coming up. So all the people fishing the tournament on Grand the 14th, I still haven't got signed up. I need to, but. Uh, they're out there. I think it's going to be a surprising wait for Grand.
Mm.
Mark my words, and I think
Mm.
we should put a guess in for sure because Grand
Let's
Lake
put
is
a
not.
bounty on it.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Let's
But
put a bounty on it.
Grand Lake is not known for big fish, and it also depends on who all's fishing it. Jerry Hancock said he was possibly going to fish it. If he gets somebody out there too from Texas to fish it, them some heavy hitters. They're going to find the big fish, and I think as healthy as the fish were at Grand, if you can get them to bite, it won't surprise me if we get a 2 pound average. Is that not nuts, Brad? A 2 pound
That's
average at
pretty
Grand Lake.
nuts.
That's
Yeah,
nuts
that
for
would be.
Grand Lake.
Let's put. Is it a five
Wouldn't
fish
surprise me.
weigh in or
I believe it's a five
seven?
fish. I think it's five.
We need to
Yeah,
find out next. Let's bring this
yeah.
back
We
up.
need to
We'll
make sure, but
definitely
we'll
knock
give
that
it a
down.
guess. Yeah, but
I
I
want to do
caught.
a bounty on it.
Yeah. What is
You know
it?
what I mean?
No.
Well, look, we got to make sure what if it's five or seven fish
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
But we'll put a bounty on it, and I'll see if I can pull some strings. And I tell you what, I'll put $100 gift card to LureNet on it.
Holy smackerels! Woo
hundred
wee!
dollar
That's all right.
LureNet gift card. And we'll do the we'll start
Man.
it next week. So, but and what I want to do, and we'll put a bounty on it, some big weight, and see that's still reachable.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
That see if we can get somebody in there to get that bounty.
Yeah, that would be epic. That's a good idea. Yeah,
It'll be
I'm
fun.
surprised. The fishing report though, we were in a deep water. Gosh, it kills me to give too much because, of course, like all this stuff that I've learned takes so long for Grand Lake because I feel like you wouldn't look for this, but we were in the middle of a creek channel, and this was a big creek channel. We were in the dead center of it, and like 70-ish foot of water, but the fish were you were in the middle of the creek channel stacked with shad, and I mean stacked with shad. But if you get off of that stack of shad, you start to see crappie. And they were
Mm-hmm.
35 to 40 foot deep. But they were, oh, I know, but you had to hold it on their nose too, which you know how hard that is that deep. But when they
Yeah.
would see it and you get them to move, they would come eat it. And they were just so fat and happy. It was very impressive. Caught a few over 150, and we didn't fish very hard. And I know I've seen a couple that were 2 pounds. So I know that they're out there. It's just going to be, can you get them to bite? February 14th, we're going
Yeah.
to have a few more cold fronts move in. Is the water going to be frozen? You know, who knows? There's
Yeah.
all kinds of by now. That's why I don't mind sharing the report too much. But threadfin shad was the color. Itty bit threadfin shad is what
Ooh.
I caught the fish on, and just a lead head and dropped a big old heavy weight down there, and it was a soft bite. It's hard to feel that deep, but I'm telling you, it's fun too when you catch them that deep. You got to fight them for
Oh yeah.
20 minutes to get them to
You got to
the
reel them
top.
up and
Yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. But there's some big fish to be caught out there, surprisingly. I think this will be the best you'll see a Grand Lake weight of a tournament weight. I think
Huh.
for I mean this is the best time too. You know, Grenada is going to be the biggest. All the lakes are going to show off this time of year, but they were fat. One I thought
Huh.
maybe was like 130 and it was almost 160. So I just think they're like way bigger than they should be right now. Gorgeous shad and getting the eggs, filling them up. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody showed up with a 10-pound bag on tournament day, which is
We're gonna
crazy.
find out if it's 5 or
Yeah, I know. I
7.
know. I'm about 90%
Somebody's
sure
gonna
it's
let us
five.
know during the
Yeah,
broadcast
yeah,
tonight.
yeah. Somebody will
We'll
let
do
us
some
know.
kind of bounty. I want to have that something fun about some of these
Yeah, that would
tournaments
be
and
fun.
stuff.
I'll tell you that
Um,
that would be a hard bounty to get, but it's possible.
yeah. Wayne
Yeah.
Evans, he said his first time coming to Grizzly Jig Show. Wayne, I hope to see you up there. Make sure you come up and bump into me if you come up. Yeah, I think you have a good time. I know we're looking forward to it, is for sure.
Here's another thing that may make that bounty impossible. Lee has a very good point. He said, if we get a
Hmm.
shad kill during the cold weather, do the crappie gorge on them and make the bite slow down for some period of time? Lee, absolutely. Is that not the worst nightmare to have?
On the tournament.
We ran into that bad last year, and it was about this time of year, maybe a little later actually. I remember in the beginning of March, you could find them, but getting them to bite was very tough. So that's another thing you're gonna have to play in the fact that this was before all that front. If we have a big shad kill, those crappie could go completely dormant. So
Yeah.
there's no telling. I could be totally wrong on that. So that's a very good point. I never thought about that.
Well, if it happens sooner, and
Yeah, maybe it'll
to
pick
me,
up by then.
you get that week after that shad kill,
Mhm.
and you might actually experience
Yeah,
a big feeding frenzy. So it could help
yeah,
even.
you're right. You're right.
Gator Slayer, it says, I fished black crappie looking to get some 1/80th jigs. Your thoughts on the number 10 hooks for hook set?
You have no hook set
That's
with those, brother.
extremely small.
Yeah,
Um,
it's almost not a hook set. It's just a pressure pull, just a little.
Now, I use a 1/64th, a 80-bit jig head quite a bit. And I honestly was, and it's a number 10 hook too, I believe. Uh, the hookups that you get in the top of the mouth, but the only thing that I always feared was straightening out those little hooks. So you have to kind of really play those fish with that small of a hook. Um, but, and the other downside to me, there's upsides too when I say all this, but uh, one of the downsides to me is you're more than likely not going to feel that bite.
Yeah, yeah.
That
It's a
small of a
you have
jig,
to
they're
watch
just
it.
going
You have to watch the bite. I've done
to,
it.
yeah.
I've actually tied just to the hook that goes into a jig head that you mold and just tied a hair on that before and
Yeah.
dropped that. I don't even know what you would consider that, but just a hair, actually just the hair. And you couldn't feel the bite at all. And I couldn't hardly get him to hook it. But guess what? Every fish I dropped it on bit it when you get it in front
Mhm.
of them. So hard to hook them though.
Kevin, I was just going to read your report, and I was feeling sorry for you. He said, I won't be able to fish for about 3 weeks. Lake is frozen. And then he
Mm.
comes right back and says, Brad, for some reason you look older tonight. Well,
Oh, you were
Kevin,
just about to.
I was feeling sorry for him, and then I get that. But yeah, I'll take it as a happy birthday anyway. So I
Yeah,
appreciate all
yeah.
the happy birthdays. Really made this 50-year-old guy feel pretty
Are you the
special
big
with all the.
5-0 now?
I am the big 5-0.
Did you finally make it?
I finally
Now
made it.
I can officially call you old now. At first
I
it was
know
kind of
it.
a joke, but when you hit the 5 mark, I better be
I know
careful.
it.
I better be careful.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're getting old on me, Brad. Doggone it.
No, I know it. I know
I'm just glad I ain't aging none. Oh wait, my birthday
it.
was last week.
Take your hat off.
Dang. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just.
dang it.
I could
Right
help it.
below the belt.
I could help.
Oh man, yeah, you had to.
Hmm.
Gosh, yeah. I'm 28 going on 50, so I'm almost there.
Bubba. He says, Ross question. I guess Ross Barnett. Does a high pressure drive fish to the bottom along with a cold? I had a good day with blue chrome last week on piers where 9 to 11 foot on structure before the ice. High pressure does tend to send fish to the bottom, in my opinion, what I've seen. Cold, anything at first for crappie in my mind is never a good thing. The first 3 days they're trying to adjust, but if it sticks with it, no matter if it's cold conditions or hot conditions, or big temperature swing in either direction, about three or
Yeah,
4 days after those fish kind of settle down and they get used to things and they get back to feeding. So I really don't mind if it's really cold or really hot or just a swing, but I like it to be steady. Just right afterwards kind of screws with them a little bit in my mind.
yeah. Agreed. Marty Southern said, "Man, I seen a little freezing on our lakes here in central North Carolina this morning. Traveled across the state and three different lakes showing some ice. We're not used to that here. The plows, oh, and plows y'all recommend for the boat, guys." Yeah, so it's starting to it's getting nasty at a lot of places it normally doesn't. That is kind of
Yeah.
crazy this year, I've noticed.
Guys, we need some help tonight. We got 254 people watching at the moment. We got 149, so we need some more likes and thumbs up between the two platforms. We try to get 275 is our goal every show this year, right?
Yeah, yep. 275. So
275.
what we got is better than nothing, but we got to do better, guys. Come on now.
We gotta get that
Pick it up.
275.
That's
So
right. There
make
they
sure you hit
come.
that button
There they
for us.
come.
They're gonna
Appreciate
come
it,
on in
guys.
there.
Yep. Willie Knighton said he went Thursday before the ice hit, caught 12 on Gillum Lake in open water, monkey milk, 30-second white jig, jig head, casting the itty bit slab hunter. That's what I used as well. Good combo.
Scott, he says
A lot of
he
frozen
says, how
lake.
come I don't hear about Malibu jigs, or is that the same as hair? But I think of deer hair. Well, there's a lot of different kinds of hair in Malibu. And I'm no jig tying expert by no means, so we will get some clarification on the two differences. But I think of hair jigs, and I'm not thinking of deer hair or squirrel hair. I'm thinking of a hand tied jig more when I say a hair jig. Is just a general reference what I use, and it's not necessarily right. But we'll get actually the definition. And Steve, if you're watching, shoot me a text message. I know you'll set me straight.
Yeah. Steve Allen, he said, Lake is froze here, negative 15-degree wind chills. I'll be out this weekend. Uh, hopefully he's out this weekend. 10 to 12 inches of snow also on Highland County.
Wow.
Good stuff. More nitrogen for the mushrooms, regardless. For the fishing, also can't complain. Yeah, there's always a positive to every negative. I've learned that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Ginger, he said the shad kill is going to make them heavy on Grand. Yeah, it
Yep.
will definitely. They're already so heavy right now. They're just pouring out of them. Carl, they're in the Grand Lake tournament is the 14th of February, and they're actually going to have the weigh-in at the at Wolf Creek. There's a new facility that they're having this big fishing expo. It's a huge fishing expo. They do all kinds of stuff and have a little bit of everything for you guys. But the weigh-in will be on the stage there. Be pretty cool.
Ripping Lips, he says, "What is your PB for the both of you guys?" Um,
Another good question. Brad's is a 384,
no,
360,
no,
368.
no. Well,
Dog, yeah. Was that a client's or something?
I had a 377 personal best in my boat, but I got to
Yeah.
watch somebody catch that one.
Yeah.
Another 352. Uh, far as official on tournament scales, the heaviest ever weighed was a 325.
I caught a 381 last year. That was by
Mm,
far biggest one I've ever caught.
that's a good
At,
one.
at Grenada. Where was yours, Brad? Grenada?
No, Lake Washington.
Wow. Holy smokes, really? That's even more impressive.
Yeah, Lake Washington. No, take that back. Mine was actually on Grenada. My person, my
Okay,
325.
got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was at Grenada. Da, da, da. Uh, Appreciate you guys. Jeremy Smith's got a report. He says, Northeast Arkansas been catching been catching every show this past year. Okay, first time to catch it live. Jeremy, we're
Oh,
glad you caught
sweet.
us
There we
live.
go. Jeremy, you bet.
Joined the local crappie
Appreciate you
club and
jumping
fished
in.
my first tournament 3 weeks ago. Placed fourth,
Even
but
better.
one big fish.
That's what I'm
Man,
talking about.
we need some like something to ring. That is awesome. We
Yeah,
love hearing
that
that
is
stuff.
cool. Yeah, you bet. I know what kind of feeling he got from that, and I bet you he's hooked, and that's not the last tournament he
Mhm.
fishes, Brad. What do you guess?
No, my
That's a
first
fun feeling.
tournament I ever fished, and I remember I come in fourth as well in Magnolia Crappie Club, and I was like, man, I got this. I got a picture taken, got
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. And
That's the
I was
best
like,
feeling.
man, but I did win Rookie of the Year that year.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
I do recall that.
Uh, let's see. Jason Lane, he said, I can't remember, but how deep do you keep the crappie alive to release when they are in deep cold water?
Hmm.
I guess I'm confused on that. Oh, how do you keep the
Hmm.
crappie alive to release? To be honest, Jason, leave them in your live well for a little while, and they seem to kind of get back to feeling better and getting straight up and down. But if you go to release them and they don't take off and they're just floating on top, really stunned, you can blow in their mouth really hard and throw them back in there, or just it sounds crazy, but toss them about 5, 6 foot up in the air and let the water smack them, and it kind of pops that air bladder, and they'll go back down. Makes them like burp it up or something, but it works. I promise.
Let's go on down here.
Happy birthday, Brad. Any word on when you will be able to get boats on Grenada, Jacob Waterman? Brad, you would know that more than I would.
Us, no, I have not. I doubt you'd be able to put boats on Grenada yet. Um, you know, Typically I don't see a lot of guys getting on the Grenada till about another 3 weeks, mid
Yeah.
February. So we're getting close. Mid February, end of February, they should start be able to get boats back out there. For a lot of guys that don't know, Grenada is definitely a flood control reservoir. During the wintertime, they drain it down almost to nothing, and you can't really get onto the lake too easily,
Mm.
especially with a bigger boat. And so,
I bet
usually
it's going to
about
be
middle of
something this
February
year.
into February. Oh yeah,
They say
I,
there's going to
I
be some big.
I got my buddy Steve. He just texted me and answered that question for me. Let me see what he says about the marabou jig, and then I want to get to the today's bait of the week and why we both chose
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said he's like me because of hand tie hair jig, whether it be hair, feathers, or synthetic tails. And I seen somebody else. Let me say who said it. We'll get a clarification all the way on that. But Dustin, what is your today's bait of the
Yeah,
week that you would definitely try if you were on the water, say
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm thinking snow and everything melting, all the ice melting is going to murky up the water a little bit. So I went with the new Thump color. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
like a baby bassish, pecan cream mix. It's got a little green to it, little flake. It's a
Got
beauty. I think
brown.
it'll be yeah. I think it will be a. Let me see. There we go. It'll be a killer in murkier water conditions. I think it'll be great, and it's got a little bit of a shad belly to it too, like a little monkey milkish mixed into it.
Kind of almost the crawfishy look as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. It's funny. My second choice, Brad, is the crawdad. The
Ah,
baby crawdad. That's funny. I almost did that one, but yeah, I would try them both. You know me. I'll be dropping them both down there, but I think I'd be going with the murkier style bait.
huh. So Anderson, no live tonight. Calvin, I'm on live now, man. Where are you at? You
Yeah,
late,
Calvin,
bro?
what's it? Come
Where
on,
you
brother.
at? We're here. We're live. We got 226 likes, so we need about
Oh,
50.
we're
So we
getting
need you
there.
to join it.
We're getting there. Yeah, yeah. We need somebody's like there
My bait of the week this week, today's bait of the week will be mud dauber, and this bait for me. And Dustin hit on it whenever we got water coming in the lakes and they're kind of murky them up and bright sunny days, and but the water's still that milky is
Yeah, it's kind of
chocolate
mixing
milk
up.
kind.
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
mixing up, but over the last couple of years, mud dauber has just been deadly for me. You can see I've got glue on my hands from fixing pipes, but mud dauber here has been a deadly combination for January and February. These cold, nasty winter days, mud dauber is going to be one of my baits to give it a shot.
for sure. Uh, Mitchell Tucker, if you guys were about to get a newer boat, 18-foot, pros and cons, Vexus or Triton, both about the same weight. Man, that's a very good question, actually, especially being around boats a lot and learning a little bit about them. If I was to go with another boat, I think it'd be a Vexus. I was already looking at Vexus, thought they're really, really a nice high tech style brand and took big water really well, which is big with us in guiding. So I'm definitely a big Vexus fan. So I would be going with Vexus. Reason being, like I said, I think they're just a more newer, up and coming, uh, proven boat compared to the Triton. And I've been in some Tritons; they're just a little rougher riding, and I just feel like Vexus is like the new and improved. Could be totally wrong. That's just opinionated.
Forrest Wood's grandson is the owner of Vexus Boat. I actually did a podcast with him about 5 years ago in
Really?
Oklahoma City.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a super
They're
cool guy.
beauties. They're beauties. I'm really digging the center console they came out with. Is a really nice
Mhm.
boat. Just a little
I'm,
high money.
I'm expecting any day that boat to show up in my driveway, but it really hadn't
Yeah,
happened
it
yet.
just hasn't yet. It would be a
I
nice one for
was
you.
hoping
Have
for my
you?
birthday yesterday, but it didn't happen
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Have you seen those center consoles? Woo wee, they're
Yeah.
nice, real nice, and they got like a 300 on the back of them. Oh my gosh.
Clay Brown said the wind was rough on the res today. Fish were there though. I ain't no doubt. I would bet they were there, but the wind won the battle. Ooh, it didn't
Hey,
look
Mother
that bad
Nature,
today. Oh, of
Mother
course, I
Nature,
was on
she's
the road a lot.
undefeated.
Here's a great question. He says, "Do you feel like eyes make the difference? Eyes on jig heads."
Man, I don't. That's the one thing I think I just don't. You know what I know though, when I was really into bass fishing, I felt like the eyes made a difference. I'm the guy that carried a Sharpie around, a red Sharpie, and colored the eyes red because I felt like it made a difference. But I think that's a lot of confidence thing in us. If they have time to see them eyes, they're already looking at that bait too hard, and you need to switch up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's. I'm not a big believer in eyes. Do I think they hurt anything? Absolutely not. I
No,
don't think they hurt a thing. But do I think they probably make that big of a difference? Probably not.
no.
But they
I
look
think
very
they
good.
need.
They
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
me.
They need a shad without eyes. Trust me.
They catch me. I've caught
Yeah,
crappie
they do.
without eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I've caught a bunch without eyeballs.
Hmm.
And you know what's funny? Sometimes you can tell when there's no eye way they're chasing the bait and missing it.
Let's see. Mr. Charles, he said he got some news that the money was allocated to fix Arca Butler. Trump signed the bill. Absolutely. Arca Butler's coming
Wow,
back. We all want that lake
that
to
is
come back.
crazy. Yeah,
Uh,
man,
I was blessed enough. We
you had
we
some good years up there.
Josh Jones and I fished a tournament in 2019 on Arca Butler and won it.
Really, that's amazing. That's one lake I missed out on. I would have loved to fish. Would have loved to fish it. Uh-oh. Did I
Okay.
lose you? Oh, there you are. Don't do me like that again, Brad. James Trott said,
Yeah.
"How's the fishing on Grenada in March?" James, it's unbelievable. You just the wind is the hardest part. Mother Nature is You're at her mercy when you go to
Mhm.
Grenada. I promise you that. Anything over 10, 15 mile per hour wind, stay in the hotel and wait for a low wind day. But if you get a wind day out there, there's a chance to have a fishing trip of a lifetime.
Mike, he says marabou jigs are feathers and hair jigs are animal hair. Okay, that's some pretty good clarification.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people's asking about is Grizzly Jig going to still on this weekend? Man, I tell you what, I know they're still going to be on this
oh
weekend.
yeah. I bet if there's
But
an inch of ice off from there to one other state
we
line,
we
they'd still
drove
be on.
we drove through a blizzard one time to get to Grizzly Jig, and uh, so I don't think it's supposed to be that bad as it was that year. But so yeah, I know they're still on. Like I said, I talked to Wade for a little bit today and yesterday as well, actually. So I know they're still on.
For sure. Bill Anderson said Vexus 1980C. I believe he said take a look. Yeah,
Hmm.
that'd be a bad boy boat.
Dustin Shields says Grenada's at 198. So
What's it got to
Dustin,
be at, right?
I would say over 200 for sure. So another 2 foot, I
Gotcha.
would think. 204, 206 is a really good sweet spot in my memory, especially
Yeah,
206.
you bet.
I might know a spot there at 206 in March to go to. See.
Carl Derman asked if we think green cedar trees are good habitat for crappie to put trees in. You bet. I think it'll work just fine. You'll catch some fish on it.
Yep. I get this question a lot, and I love to answer it too. But if I'm going to take structure out on the lake, I'm always going to have it laying down on the bottom, laying. If it's 6 foot piece of structure, I'm gonna have it laying on the bottom 6 foot long. If it preferably comes up 2 or 3 foot off the bottom, but instead of having things that stand up, my personal preference, what I've utilized over the last years, I won't say how many tonight, but I like structure laying on the bottom, and and that's how I would place it. What about you, Dustin?
Yeah, I've noticed on the docks they do really well hanging them certain depths. Like certain times of year, the fish want to stage 10 to 15 foot, and you can hang those in the middle, straight up and down in that 15 foot range, and they'll really huddle around it and suspend there. But if you're in the right depth, like if you're in a 20 foot dock, you can stack them on the bottom and do great. So some of them guys are in 70, 80 foot of water, so laying them on flat on the bottom don't do them very good. So you just have to hang them a certain depth, and they do well. But if I had my way, I'd be in 6 foot of water with laydowns in the middle of summer, cranking some giant fish off of them for sure.
Now, on that kind of that same somewhat of a token, and now if I can find structure sitting on a 45, that
Oh
might
yeah,
be
there's
a
your
gold
tournament
spot on
fish.
my unit.
That's tournament
That's
tournament fish. There it is. I don't know what it
that's
is, but if
that's
it's
the
doing
big fish
this, and
locations.
and there's a couple of these, oh boy, look out! Why is
That
that, Brad?
that
Why
would
is
be
that?
a gold spot on my unit for sure.
For
Every
sure.
tree I've come across that sitting at a 45 on the lake, it is a
They're
gold
gold.
spot.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see. Here's a good one. Danny's asking. He says, tips from keeping your line from freezing to your pole in this cold weather. You got any advice?
Gosh, real magic, spray real magic on it, and chapstick. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I know chapstick will work too a little bit. But real magic, if you spray that on there, it'll work a
Uh
lot better
huh.
than what it does.
John Mayo, like I said earlier, those guys up there, man, I
Heavy
know you
hitter.
guys got it rough right now, and probably won't get a lot of reports from those guys because there is so much devastation up in that area. So we're definitely thinking about you, John. Looking forward to see you this weekend at Grizzly as well. Lewis, he says, where do you find the rules for putting structure in Ross Barnett and Eagle Lake? Ross Barnett, I would look up the Pearl River Valley Water Association, PRV, whatever it is. There's certain areas, and I'm gonna just give you a brief rundown. You need to go get a permit, You need to fill out where you're planning on putting out structure, and then go put out your structure. And I think you can put 5 out in a particular area, and then you need to turn it back in and give them the exact coordinates of those structures, and they need to
That's
be
great.
north of a particular line across the reservoir. And I'm not 1,000% positive, but it's like from Roses Bluff to over towards Palisades area. But the top 2/3 of the lake is open. Probably the bottom, probably more than that. I'm gonna say 75% lake is open to put structure. The bottom half along spillways closed to put structure out.
Wow. Um,
Just to run down.
what was I going to say here? Oh,
WD
WD.
40 somebody.
Yes, WD 40. A couple people have said WD 40 and
Mhm.
silicone also works. I think WD 40 may have been what I was trying to say besides real magic, but probably both work. Who knows? Only one way to find out around here.
Yep. Steve says marabou is a chicken feather, just like hackle feathers, just a different texture to it. All right, there you go. There's another
We're
answer
learning.
about the marabou.
We're getting deeper in there.
Right now, guys, we've got 264 likes, so we're almost there. 271 people
10 more,
watching, and
11 more.
so we're about there. Let's see
Yes,
if I
natural
can.
state fishing. He says, "What's up, guys? Been off the water almost a week now. I'm itching." Uh, I hear you, buddy. Going through some fishing withdrawals. I haven't fished since last Thursday, and you get to thinking about them. You wonder if they're thinking about you like you're thinking
Hmm,
about them sometimes.
hmm. See if they're worried about us or not.
Mike Jungle's got a good point. He said, "Structure goes out at night." In other words, hey, I'm not gonna say I ain't got no outlaw in me, but I was thinking that the whole time Brad was saying all the rules and everything. I'm like, so it sounds like just don't go through them and go throw you some structure out. But
Well, I
no,
definitely can't
it's
say
a
that.
big fine. I'm sure if you get caught doing something silly like that. So
Uh,
especially if everybody's watching, right, Brad?
Definitely, definitely.
I can't believe
Um,
you got to turn the coordinates in too. Of course you do. Thanks for all your work. Let us know where that brush file's at too.
well, and they state in the permit that it's not public knowledge. It's just for their records.
Right. Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
they would be out there
Yeah.
fishing
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah. They it goes to their public friends probably. There's so much structure in Ross Barnett though. Mercy. There's already so much. I'll tell you
Miss
where a really good one is. It's not good till spring or summer though. Probably is that Apache Bay or whatever. There was a really big one somebody made out of pallets, wood pallets. You could tell it was with the live scope. There's tons of crappie on them.
Kent Williams, he says that he's going to bump into me Friday and show me. I know what a marabou jig looks like. I just didn't really know the technical terms. But
Yeah,
Kent Williams, I know he's done a podcast with me about maybe we need to do another one about the differences of jigs. That would be a good one, Kent. I'm
that
down.
would. That would. I've got a guy that ties really good deer hair jigs, and they're more of a stiffer. It's like almost stencil,
Hmm.
but it's a really stiff hair jig, and it's a bucktail, and I really love it. You can really do some damage in the wintertime with a bucktail jig. One's the one that's not talked about too often, but they've got some really good
I like it.
bucktail jigs. Have you used
Kent,
bucktail jig?
yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
long time.
really. I've got an arsenal of them
Squirrel
bad boys.
hair,
Yeah, squirrel
bucktail.
hair. There's all kinds of different ones for sure.
Kent, I sound like you're down to do a podcast. I think we got some people
There
that
we
watch
go.
it.
That would be a good one.
Hmm.
I'm sure there's some that I ain't even heard about. Very favorite one though is a guinea feather dipped in orange. So an orange dyed guinea feather as a tail should almost be illegal. It should
Huh.
be illegal. It's like a polka dotted orange. Well,
Yeah.
it's a crawdad or whatever on the tail. It's unbelievable. I mean, that's like I've done so good. You're making me want to go grab my hair ties and show you that one, but it's a
Yeah.
killer. Orange dyed guinea feather. Remember that, guys, and tell me if I'm wrong.
David says he said blew the engine in my Chevy 6.2 Friday. Who wants to pull my
Ooh,
boat to the lake and
ooh,
take me fishing?
doggone
Where you at, David? We'll probably get you some responses from that. So
it. Kent Williams said he's in on that podcast.
absolutely. Oh, Andy Stevens. So we gotta. Andy knows how to catch those crappie too. So
Hmm.
uh,
Keep them
we may
squirrel
be
tail
on to
jigs
something.
quiet. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh, I know Ken's got some good squirrel tail jigs too.
I got Wade. He's about to join us here in a minute now. I can see he's trying to log in, so we'll see if he can get his communications, and we're gonna get some lowdown info about Grizzly Jig here, hopefully in a minute.
Wow, David, that's his second time blowing that 2023 engine. Let me guess here, David. Before I'm gonna go with it being a GMC. I
Hmm.
don't know why. Oh no, being a 6.2. Man, maybe it's a Ford. I don't know. We got it here, David. What kind of video? Let's give him a shout out. You know, there's nothing worse than a truck failing you. So let's give him give him a shout out.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying be quiet about the squirrel tail. We might, well,
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
talk about it. Y'all
They're
done
getting a
messed
kick out of
up.
that. That's funny. Everybody's saying,
Uh,
"Whoa, whoa, whoa!" You know, you
yeah, I
don't
know.
hear squirrel tail, bucktail. You don't hear them anymore. Yeah, we really haven't in a long time. And you know as well as I do, it gets used a lot. Those get used a lot.
Uh oh, there he
Here's the
is.
man himself.
That's scary, ain't it?
Mr. Wade, how you doing tonight?
Oh, hanging in there.
Well, we're glad you took some time. I know you guys are running around getting everything prepared for this week up there at Grizzly, but just want to kind of touch base with you guys. I get a lot of questions. Are you guys still having everything as planned this weekend?
Everything is planned. Nothing's changed. There are a few of the guys that are still they're kind of still on the fence about traveling. I told most of the pro staffs and a lot of the pro guys that are coming in, number one, be safe, and especially the places that are without electricity and stuff. If you need to be with your family, that takes priority.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But Wade, how long have you guys been doing the Grizzly Jig Show? And kind of tell us the nuts and bolts of what is the Grizzly Jig Spring Show.
I mean, really, we've been doing it probably around 25 years. Probably the first 2 or 3 years that we did it there, it wasn't really much of anything. But for sure, the last 23 years, it's been a full fledged show. Um, and it not only just bringing in all the pros where a lot of the fishermen can talk to them 101, sit in on seminars, meet these guys that fish every day, including guides and pros.
Yeah,
We've always had, even back in the early days, we had a lot of guides from Reelfoot that would come over. But that's always been, and the main driving force of the show. But what it came about is more of a, uh, it's almost like a homecoming where everybody
hmm,
comes in
yeah,
now. It's almost like a reunion every year where everybody's looking forward to seeing everybody that's they live off and stuff. So it's really enjoyable, even for us, to see
yeah,
everybody that we hadn't seen in a while.
yeah, absolutely. I see some guys that will be their first time coming this year, uh, and a lot of us, like I said, it's a family reunion almost for me when I get to come. And I don't know how many years. It's probably been over 10 that I've been coming every single year, and it's really and Wade, regardless if he was on here or not, I would tell anybody this is my favorite show that I get to go to and be a part of every single year. So definitely appreciate it from the crappie side, the crappie community, to you and your family for doing this for us guys and getting everybody for the family reunion together. Because as we all know, family reunions are kind of a dying thing, but at least we still have it in the crappie fishing world with you guys up
That's
there.
right.
So, but you starts Thursday. I know you got a lot of specials, but where can they get some info and tell us exactly where it is? Because I know some guys maybe not familiar with Grizzly Jig, and where can they see some of the stuff?
Right. The main address, if you're going to Google it, it's 1503 Truman Boulevard in Crothersville, Missouri. The zip code is 63830. Um, you can check out most of the seminar schedule and everything is on Facebook. And there will also be a lot of hidden sell items and giveaways and all kind of stuff. That's always been the main driving force. Uh, is
Hmm.
having people come to the show. That's the advantages. There's some things that you can only get at the show that you can't get online.
Yeah, and I've seen some questions asked for will the specials be online or it's as far as I know, it's all going to be pretty much in store,
In
especially a
store
lot of the
only.
contests and
Yeah.
things you got going on.
Yes. Yes. You know, now depending on some of the manufacturers, if they choose for us to run some kind of special after the show's over, because they also understand that a lot of people can't make it. I mean, the weather's been bad. I mean, the highways are cleared
Yeah.
off, and we already had people coming in today. So we know the difficulties of travel right now.
What does the forecast look like up there for this coming weekend?
Well, I mean, it's going to be sunny and pretty. There are a few days that it's still going to be in the teens, where it's still going to be pretty cold. But we do know that a lot of the highways running north and south on 55 are pretty much clear. Most of the main roads in some of the bigger towns like Jackson, as you get coming up from like south down there where you're at, there's a strip there where
Yeah.
Oxford around Sardis, where Les lives. They've been hit pretty hard. I mean, they've been without
Yeah.
electricity for you know 3 or 4 days. So it's kind
That's
of tough
terrible.
on those guys. But the main drag itself seems to be pretty clear.
Good. I mean, you know, I, I've come when it's snowing out there to freezing out there to pouring down rain, but no matter what, we've always had a really good time. And like I said, I wanted you to jump on here and so I appreciate your time tonight and looking forward to seeing you guys up there later on this week. And we're still on go as far as a crappie connection coming, and
Okay.
uh, so we could be put down on the books. I know
Well,
myself.
I, I I got you down now. Gina, they arrived today, so she'll be getting stuff smoked up and cooked up to be
Mm,
serving food all weekend. So, a lot of people look forward to that, especially the gumbo. But she made it
sounds
in today, so
delicious.
she traveled like from Kansas City to St. Louis and then down 55. And she said the roads look pretty good.
Good. It's good to hear. I know my seminar is scheduled for 3 o'clock Saturday, so I hope to see everybody there. And I'm gonna give out some crappie connection stickers during the seminar, and just looking forward to seeing you guys as always.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, brother. Well, I'll let you get off here. I know you got
All
other
right.
things probably to do, but thank you for joining in tonight as well.
I appreciate it, Brad. If y'all need me, just give me a holler.
All right, buddy. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right, holla.
See you, buddy.
Later.
We got
Sorry, I
Dustin
could.
still on here.
Yeah, it
Uh,
Yeah, I
booted
thought
me
he
off.
disappeared on me. I didn't know he
And
was
it did. It
dodging.
it booted off.
I got
he
you.
ran off for a minute. Dustin would do that on you.
I
Yeah.
understand. All right. Y'all be safe.
Yeah. Take it
All right,
easy,
Wade.
buddy.
See you
Thank
soon, buddy. Like I said, that great event, guys. If you can make it, I don't think you'll regret for making the trip up there. And like I said, it's kind of a family reunion. That's kind of perfectly analogy for me in my mind. Um,
Oh, Roger has a good question. He said, "What about the parking lot?" I'm sure he'll have to get some removed for sure. It'll be a slush mess out there because I remember the parking was unbelievable. So I bet he's getting some removed or something. That was a good question.
yeah, parking's going to be, as always, a full parking lot.
Hmm.
I've seen it every year. And, like I said, just about everybody in crappie fishing will be there at some point over the last 4 days. Just about everybody.
Just
Um,
about everybody will be there for
just
sure.
about
Brad,
everybody will be there.
will you go live on your seminar? There was a question there. I remember
Yeah,
you did last year. I thought maybe you did.
yeah, I did last year. I plan on.
Whoa, whoa. Man,
There you
I
go.
think we lost you or me, Brad, to somebody. There you are.
I don't know, maybe just the internet's crazy
Yeah,
with the blizzard too. I guess it's
yeah, that's.
frozen up.
I
But
keeps knocking me out too.
I'll try to go live. I'll see how the service is. That's always a big thing if we can get enough, service to stream live. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow button. We got 304 likes tonight between the two platforms. Definitely
That's
appreciate
what I'm
everybody
talking
for
about.
joining in.
Sure, appreciate you guys.
Also, if you've got a suggestion on podcasts, some things that you would like me to cover while I'm there, or particular guests, say, hey, I would love to see Torch Tyndall. I see he commenting. He's a longliner. Do a podcast with Torch on longlining, or you know, John Mayo with pulling crankbaits, or whoever. If you notice this particular pro or guide is going to be there, and you think it would be a good subject line for me to do a podcast with, I love doing them, and uh, it's all based on what you guys want to hear. What would be your dream podcast for me to cover while I'm there this next couple of days?
It's a good question.
Hmm.
Covers so much, Brad.
It's been a lot through the years.
It has. And there's always
A
something
whole
more
lot.
to cover, though. There's still always something more.
Let's see. Well, guys, that's about all I got for this week. Like I said, it's a busy week ahead. I know I'm planning on being on Lake Fork Live, their live stream Thursday night. So
Oh,
we'll see if
sweet.
those guys grill me or I grill them.
I like it.
But looking forward to seeing everybody. Bump up to me. I'm going to carry about 100 or so Crappie Connection stickers with me. And like I said, I think 2 weeks ago, we've got a lot of Crappie Connection hoodies that has just been sitting around doing nothing. And I'm going to let you guys have it. All that we paid for them, our cost. So make sure you get some of them while you're up there. And we're going to record a bunch of podcasts, talk to a lot of people, shake a lot of hands, talk a lot of crappie fishing.
Give a lot of hugs.
Well,
Maybe not.
we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Charles. I don't know if Mr. Charles Henderson's going to come up or not.
I ain't heard from him tonight yet.
I seen him earlier. He must. I think he's
Okay.
busy. It's a lot of people out.
Yeah, it has been. I think the weather's doing that justice.
Mike Martin. He says, "Any turnip green colors yet, Dustin?" Or he's asking if you tried turnip greens yet.
No, not yet. Not yet. I will though. I can't wait. I guess.
My wife says they have them at the grocery store, Dustin, in a can.
Oh, look, she's tired of hearing about it, ain't she?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's see. Well, appreciate you guys. Until next Tuesday night.
See you
If I
next
don't see you
Tuesday.
at Grizzly Jig,
Brad will have a heck of a
be
report.
safe out there. I'll
You guys
have
take it
you
easy.
a talking crappie report anyway. But we'll see you guys.